Here's actually, I didn't expect this. This is the brand new M&P. Alright, right here, what we've got, you've got your factory M&P Sear. This is just what comes on a regular M&P 9mm. Right here is, it's been polished, but this is a M&P Pro Sear. This is the Apex Tactical Sear. Now if we move these all over here where you'll be able to see the Sear faces, you'll see well, here, I'll just hold them up one by one. Right off the bat, you can tell here the factory Sear, it's flat. Pretty much right here is a little bit of a ridge that you may or may not be able to see. Let me get it here. See, there's a little bit of a ridge there that you can see. Right there, that's where it changes angle. On the Pro, you've got a very, very clearly defined step in it. Very clear step. And in the Apex Tactical, there is a step, but it's nowhere near as big as on the Pro. Now, when you look at the faces here, you see this pronounced edge here on just your regular, your factory one. On the Pro, you can see, of course, it's high polish, but you see that that is drastically cut back. And on the Apex Tactical, there's no pronounced edge. It actually is a recess and comes back the other way. Now, you can see all three of them there. And they all are about the same length from the from your pin to the contact engagement point. Another thing that's going to be different is in the back here, you're going to have different angles. Let's just get them out here and we'll compare. On the factory one, see the angle that is right there? Alright. Now this is the Pro that's on the bottom. You can see the difference. See how it is more of a sharp point. Angles change there. And then you get back into your Apex Tactical, and Apex Tactical is the one on top here, and it's a little bit more rounded, kind of like how the factory one is, as opposed to this Pro that's on the bottom that you see. But one of the big things that sets this Apex one apart is, do you see how long this part is here, as opposed to, say, the Pro or even the factory one? What that does, that gets rid of most of your overtrap or your take-up. Whenever you press that trigger, before it actually, where you're getting the slack out, That right there is what this does. This makes the your trigger bar engage the sear sooner, and of course it's polished up. Whereas on the Pro, the majority of their lightning from lightening the trigger pull seems, just from looking at it, like it comes in the form of the way this is designed in the back here. Whereas on the Apex Tactical, it seems that they're getting rid of their take-up here, but that the majority of their trigger pull lightning comes from the Sear face, which is a better way of doing it, but there's a little more, there could be more liability in a faulty design, which is probably why Smith & Wesson opted to go this way and keep this a positive angle here, so there's no chance of having an issue with it letting loose prematurely. And so, anyways, you see some of these differences here. I'm sure that there's going to be differences if we were to put this out there and do some measurements on it. On this on the bottom, you've got your Apex Tactical unit. On the top, you've got your M&P Pro. And then here we go. This now on the bottom is going to be the factory. So there's similarities, but the moral to the story is the Apex Tactical is the way to go. And even with this one not being high polished like the Pro, which is something that I'm going to do here, I'm going to polish this up some more, it is still so much improved over even the Pro. I was not impressed with the Pro Series setup. Apex, I am very impressed with it. One of the other things they do is you get this trigger with the Apex Tactical setup. It uses the same trigger bar, but you get a different trigger. Here's a factory M&P trigger, and one of the things that I don't like about the factory M&P setup with this flexible trigger here is that, especially if you try and put lightning springs in or something like that. I'll be right back. Here's actually, I didn't expect this. This is the brand new M&P 9 that you've seen me do a little bit of work with. This is the Sear out of it, and it is altogether different from the other ones. This factory Sear, the overall geometry doesn't seem to be different, but what is different is right down here. You can see this ridge right here. That ridge is different, and it seems to be different right here. It has these holes cut in it. Well, I mean, it's got this hole cut in it, which is different. It's got an indentation right here. Definitely different. I don't have the other one sitting right here that I can compare now, but I'm going to. I'll put these pictures and everything side by side on this video, which is probably something you're seeing now, and compare those out. But I was surprised to see that had been changed. I don't know why it surprised me. I mean, it's a few years newer gun, but the reason I took it apart is because it's so gritty. It was almost like there's something wrong with it, like there was some trash or something caught underneath the sear block, but there wasn't. Another thing that is different is this pin here is the pin that goes through right there, and that's the Sear pin. On the new variant, the Sear pin has this little head on it, and it's bigger. I don't know if that's a common part with the style that has the external safety. I've not really had any dealings with those variants yet, so I can't really speak to that. But either way, I just thought that was worth taking a look at. And yeah, thanks for watching.